Hi, NEMAINFAE here. Um, this is your channeled message today. Interesting thing that I've picked up that I'd like to share with you is I've taken out three of my favorite decks, and I'm starting off with the Pulp Tarot. But the interesting thing about this is there are two cards that have mistakenly been put away with this deck. Now, I'm not colorblind. I'm not green colorblind, so I thought that I would select those cards as the beginning cards because I feel that this has happened perhaps for a reason. Now, the cards that have been selected from the Horror Tarot, um, designed by Todd Alcott, published by Unemployed Philosophers Guild, is there's Temperance and the Lovers. And I don't know if you can see the cards very well, but with Temperance, it's got a very um, insane asylum kind of vibe. So I feel like, and the text says, your life is in balance. Earth and water, pleasure and pain, life and death, everything in moderation. Sometimes I think, I'm just jumping straight into it. Sometimes I think that we forget that the negative experiences are just as much of the journey as the positive experiences. We think that a life should be without discomfort, without pain, but as you know, deep down, that's where most of the growth happens. Like any creature that doesn't have to encounter any kind of adversity, they actually tend to not decay, but they tend to they tend to um, deteriorate actually. So you can see this in domesticated animals. You can see it in zoo animals in captivity. We require complex, diverse variety of circumstances in order to expand, in order to grow. And I feel that you are in this area where you are pursuing spirituality in order to experience something that you haven't really experienced very much in your life. And that is comfort and safety and security. But now you're being asked to make a choice. You're being asked to make a choice about whether at this stage of growth is that where you just want to remain, or do you want to become bigger than that? So as you can see there, the artwork's quite interesting. It's like a weird robot man, basically carrying a woman away, and there's an eruption in the background. Now, as you can see, there's a choice. You can stay with the eruption, stay with the chaos, and languish within it, or you could choose a different path. You can embrace what those adversities taught you. So that's what I get from those two cards. So they're from the Horror Tarot, but my intent was actually to start with the Pulp Tarot. Actually, you know what? Where is the Pulp Tarot? I'm going to check and make sure that with the Horror Tarot that the exact same thing hasn't happened and that maybe they've been shuffled around. No? Okay. So they're all where they're supposed to be. All right. Yeah, I think that there's an invitation to mix things up a little bit. Oh, card sticking out. I always like the sticky outy cards. Yes, Eight of Cups, which is all about walking away. You've learned everything that you need to learn at this particular stage. And now it's time for you to expand upon yourself and learn new experiences. It's not expansion and growth isn't denial of the person that you used to be. It's just a matter of taking the parts with you that you value and leaving behind what doesn't serve you. So, and these cups are empty. You don't want to hang on to empty cups, okay? I mean, actually, you know what I thought? I thought the word poisoned chalice. So you have all of these offerings, and it may be tempting to drink from them, but what they are offering you, the opportunities you are being offered, you're not going to get. So I don't know if that resonates with anybody, but there's a clear sign to go, okay, whether it be a relationship or career, this situation has served its purpose. There's no need to revisit these cups. They're empty. They aren't being refilled. And what are they being filled with? What are they filled with? Not everything that we consume nourishes us. Not everything gives us sustenance. So, Eight of Cups. What else have we got here? I picked that one because it was sticking out at me and I was like, I have to take you. I have to know what you're about. Eight of Cups. So, I'm compelled to do things in three. So there's 3 cards down on the table so far. You might be seeing, oh, cards fell out. How many are there? Oh, it said 4 cards. Okay. So I'll keep the 4 cards. Now, 3 out of 4 of those cards are in reverse. So I always see reversals as not necessarily the opposite, but sometimes it's a clear warning about a particular thing. So I see this card because of where I intuited to place it on the table. I see the 8 of Cups as your present blockage. So Temperance and the Lovers from the Horror Tarot, I see them as past energies influencing. Sorry, I nearly burped them. Past energies influencing the present, and so the 4 cards that fell out, I kind of see as if you continue on this. Shit, I've got to make sure that I get it in the right order. I feel that the ordering is important. So I feel these 4 cards that fell out, they are very much about, I'm just juggling them up now. I feel that they're very much about the energy if you continue to proceed on this path without taking the correct steps to walk away and not learn the lesson, repeat the same. Okay, the word that came into mind, and I don't know if it's referring to a song that I like, because I like metal music, Disaster Piece, which is a song by the band Slipknot. Now that's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, I understand that. It might just be the situation Spirit is referring to as a disaster piece. So there's certainly things to learn from it, but like, do you really want to stay in that energy for long? And I think that reversed strength, this came out in reverse. So there's strength that came out in reverse. There was, 3 of Swords, which came out upright. And then there was the Tower in reverse. And then there's the Emperor. So I feel, the thing that came out instantly in my mind is that you are continuing to put your power in the hands of other people. You look up to people that place themselves in an authoritative role in your life. You look up to them. They are the emperor. They're a person who thinks very highly of themselves. They consider themselves quite experienced. They may be in a position of power or status. They're highly renowned in some way. But every time that you follow this person, you continue to have these tower moments, and you do get out of them unscathed, but they continue to happen. And you're like, why is this? Why does this continue to happen? Why do I keep on having to suffer these tower moments? Haven't I learned enough? Haven't I been through enough? Haven't I learned my lesson? I thought this was the lesson that I was supposed to learn. What am I missing? And you do everything right to get yourself out of that situation, but you keep on ending up in the same place. You keep on having to dive out of the burning tower and start again, and you lose a lot of progress that way. You don't necessarily learn the lessons, and it ends with heartbreak. You repeat these cycles, and it disempowers you. It makes you feel weak. But the thing is, you do have a lot of strength. You do have a lot of character. You do have a lot of things that are uniquely you, that you can, the word is that came to mind is capitalize. So I feel that maybe you're not taking, when I think capital, I don't think romantic relationships. I think material possessions, career. So I think that there's resources that you're not quite capitalizing on to empower yourself. And so the lesson here is, and this is the current energy. So if you refuse to walk away from the poison chalices, because there is this stigma around walking away from situations that don't serve you. Sometimes people consider that reneging or avoiding responsibilities, but sometimes you just can't be the person that people expect you to be, demand that you be, and you're not serving yourself or those people, at least at this particular time. Yeah, I feel that it's negative. Look, I don't think that the Three of Swords, it doesn't usually mean this. It usually means like metaphorical heartbreak. But I actually think that you reliving this pattern of behavior, undermining your own security, there's conflicting messages here, because here I'm telling you that you need to walk away from a situation, not drink from a poison chalice. But there's also this energy of to not walk away. So I think I definitely need to identify what that is about. Spirit, can you please clarify which is the situation that they should walk away from, and what is the thing that they should stick with? Because at the moment, there's this this reading is giving off two completely opposite energies. Should I stay or should I go? Okay, King of Pentacles, reverse Queen of Cups, reverse Moon, and reverse Ace of Wands. So, you have a lot of reversals. Sometimes it's really at the discretion of the reader, whether or not you take reversals. And sometimes I mix it up. Sometimes I choose to not take reversals at all if Spirit says ignore that. Sometimes I go, okay, I think this one is supposed to be reversed, but the other ones, no, they're upright. But I feel really compelled to leave things as they are in this particular reading. And I feel that this Emperor and this King of Pentacles, they're one of the same. I feel that you are connected to someone who is materially fixated, and that they like to assert authority and control over your financial situation or your physical circumstances. So they may consider themselves the breadwinner, and so therefore they feel that they should have more of a say in your life. And the Queen of Cups, she's a very emotional, tender, gentle, creative person. But with this Emperor and King of Pentacles, that's like the Queen of Cups was in reverse. So I feel that perhaps this Queen of Cups, perhaps is representative of you and you're feeling stifled creatively, and feeling that everything has to be in this logical financial space. Like, I see the grapes in the background, and grapes are the symbol of Dionysus and pleasure, but there's so many grapes lined up in a very organized manner. So almost hoarding material pleasures for the purpose of just accumulating material pleasures and not actually reaping the benefits, or really actually, stopping to enjoy the things that have been accumulated. So I feel that's really stifling to you. I feel that, yeah, so maybe you've walked away from this stifling energy, but there's still this lingering energy where you feel disempowered and heartbroken still. Walking away from the poison chalice, the things that were wearing you down and diminishing you, I feel with the reverse tower, it didn't really solve the problem. So although stepping away from this energy was the right thing, because after all, the King of Pentacles, it was all very much about him and what he wanted, and he was the focus, and you were the supporting act, and he had the main character energy. Could be male or female, it doesn't really matter. It could be romantic, it could be family. I don't actually see very strong relationship cards necessarily. Obviously, there's the Queen of Cups and the Lovers, that Eight of Cups. But, and Temperance also, embodies that Cups type energy, emotional flow. I just feel like it was supposed to get better after this. I did exactly what you asked me to, Spirit. I went with my gut, and now things have stagnated, and I feel weaker than I ever have, because I don't have my Emperor anymore to tell me what to do, where to go. And I feel that the challenge for you, because and also the Moon in reverse. I feel that it's very, you could be about to enter another like dark night of the soul, where you feel direction. You may be having trouble speaking right now, speaking your emotions, because you kind of feel foolish that you made this snap decision and you knew it was right at the time, but things haven't materialized in the 3D in the way that you thought that it would, and so you're like, oh no, maybe I did make a mistake. And maybe this Emperor now has moved on to better things. You're no longer in this financial arrangement or business partnership or relationship or whatever this was to you, and you're looking at how things are so much better for them, and you're like, well, was I keeping them down? And no, it's not like that. But you have to understand that he was using you to fill his cup at the expense of you, and you can't look to the situation he's in now at the very beginning and go, well, it's going so well for him or her. Why is it not going well for me? And there's, I see uh, electrical poles or telegraph poles in the background of the moon. And I kind of think that perhaps you just haven't made the connection that you need to make. Sure, you're making all of the right changes on the outside. You walked away from a situation that didn't serve you, but did you solve the problem on the inside? Have you changed the person who was looking to be submissive or subordinate to another person? Or are you going to step up and give that leader, and are you going to support your inner leader energy, is what I feel that I need to say. Because there's a leader energy within you that you've been suppressing. You have a lot of wisdom. You have a lot of wisdom hidden within your difficult experiences. But mine, the moon in reverse, I kind of feel like perhaps that's giving into your delusions. You're a bit delulu, as they would say, in regards to how you walking away serves the bigger picture. I think that you were right to walk away, but perhaps that wasn't the end point. That wasn't the spiritual calling. That's just the beginning of it. And I feel that once you realize the reverse of wands will turn up, right? And everything will become like so much clearer. You will be inspired. You will be focused. You will be determined to find the situation that works with you best. Okay? Oh, I kind of feel like that is it. But I just don't trust that you have the whole picture yet. I kind of feel a lot of confusion. I feel like, because the Seven of Cups before the Eight of Cups is all about, like, oh, I nearly did it again. Nearly put that back in the Pulp Tarot deck. It belongs to the Horror Tarot deck. So you may be jumbling things up. You may be confused about, you did the right thing, but you might not understand why it was the right thing. You may be focusing on the wrong things, even though the action that you took was right. Okay. So Pulp Tarot, we'll put that away. And is there any parting advice? Oh, I love these decks. They're just so macabre. They're both from Unemployed Philosophers Guild, if you want to check them out. They're the Pulp Tarot and the Horror Tarot, both illustrated by Todd Alcott. Yeah. And my other favorite deck, now obviously these are decks that not a lot of people will vibe with because, yeah, they're very dark, very gothic. My other favorite deck is the Zombie Tarot, and it's got that very unique style of getting old pulp comics and transforming them and making something new. I really enjoy that. Taking something that other people have made and using it in a way that is totally unique and still original. But there's a lesson in that everything that you do comes off the love and support and creative energies of others for forever, since the Big Bang. I don't know why that happened, but my hand just went. All of these cards. I don't think I should take them out. How many cards fell out? We'll see. because maybe it's the number that matters. I'm not big into numerology, but we'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, which is a master number. You might find that you need to look into 2024 and look at the influences on your master. If you're a master number, this reading might be particularly important for you. So, okay, I'm just rambling. It's just one of those days. Ramble, ramble. Okay. I don't know why, because they all have the same print. They all have the skull, and they all have the radioactive symbol, and they all have the swords. But for some reason, on this particular card, it stood out. 10 of Wands, yeah, so 10 of Wands is all about taking on too many responsibilities, or too many responsibilities being foisted upon you, feeling overwhelmed with the undertaking. And I want you to know that you are up for the task. You may not understand why things have been so difficult these last, I feel, 12 months. The last 12 months have just been very emotionally taxing, and it's affecting your physical health. Like, as you saw with the Three of Swords, I got a very strong vibe that the heartbreak may be impacting your physical health. So somebody out there might have to take steps to control their blood pressure, or lower their triglyceride count. That's rather specific, but I think the 12 months have been really rough on you. I feel like there's some kind of death. It may actually be a literal death of a loved one that you haven't processed properly. And I feel like this situation, okay, so walking away from your previous version of yourself was triggered by a loss of some kind. And you're not sure if you're strong enough to take on all of the things that you've chosen for yourself. And is there something that you can focus on that will, is there a sign that you need to be more confident that although things don't seem right now, you did make the right choice? It's not a mistake. You settled, you got comfortable, you stopped growing, so something had to be shaken up. And the timing was actually really important. This other loss that you experienced, this change, you wouldn't have had the courage to make that change. 5 of Cups. Yeah, so you're reminiscing about the things that you've lost. There are so many people that have gone out of your life, but they had to leave your life. And look what you still have. I don't know if you can see that, but she's at the graveyard and she's mourning the loss of her husband. But he's, like, the memory of him is still there. He's just not the person that you need him to be. Whoever this is, could be male, female, doesn't matter. The person that you have lost, they can't be there for you any longer. Whether or not they've left this physical realm, or they've taken off with their secretary, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the personal sense of loss. dead to you either way. Dead to me. But remember that it wasn't all lost, and you got something out of this situation. And you walked away, you refused to drink from the poison chalice, and it wasn't all lost. It wasn't all for nothing. You still have something precious to take into this new era. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. If it resonated with you, I would really appreciate it if you let me know how it resonated with you. I would like you to like, subscribe, share your feelings. Share your feelings. That's actually what I'm more interested in. I don't want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your feelings. How do you feel? Thank you for listening.